Ready? Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bungano, and my TED Talk is about the underestimation of the magnitude of alcohol intoxication. So I know that this is the last presentation for today, but my topic is really interesting, so I hope you all pay attention and enjoy my TED Talk. So, have you ever seen a drunk person like this? I'm sorry for the swear words, but...
I'm not drunk. I am not fucking drunk. Can you tell the time? Yes. I am not drunk.
Yeah, I bet you have seen people like this. So, a lot of really drunk people claim that he or she is not actually that drunk. And so imagine that you are in a drinking party with your friends and a boy next to you looks really red and hot. So you get worried and you ask the boy if he needs any kind of assistance or help. But all the boy says is that I'm not drunk, I don't need your help, I'm not drunk. Like, these kind of people are a real pain in the ass when you drink with them. So why don't people admit that he or she is drunk? So I thought about some possible reasons, and maybe he wants to boast that he is really good at drinking. So this often happens in meetings when boys want to be really cool in front of the girls, and eventually that kind of behavior devastates everything because he's eventually going to throw up. And maybe he or she wants to enjoy the drinking party for a little bit longer, or has a little bit bad drinking habit. Or maybe he or she is not actually drunk, but this rarely happens. However, according to a recent research done by the professors in Brown University, these are not the main reasons. The real reason is that people's brains are designed to underestimate the magnitude of alcohol intoxication. So, as people get more and more drunk, the individual's subjective perception of intoxication gets inaccurate, and the brain overestimates the performance on cognitive tasks measuring visual motor speed and learning efficiency. So therefore, despite the people feeling less intoxicated over time, many cognitive functions remain impaired. So this kind of behavior is caused because in the course of human evolution, the human brain got a habit of behaving like others in order not to be partaking in the crowd, even if the body is not functioning well. So this means that even if your body is half full of alcohol, your brain will try its best to look normal and look like other non-drunk people. So you will just keep saying and saying over and over again that you're not drunk. So now you know why this man acts like that, and why Kang keeps saying that he didn't know that he was that drunk before he drove under the influence. So I am pretty well aware that introducing one thesis to you guys won't be enough to persuade all of you that people don't know how drunk they are. So I have prepared an experiment. So I have done an experiment on myself. So I evaluated my physical abilities before drinking, and I drank some soju, and then I compared my physical abilities after drinking and the perception of how drunk I am. And then I had some more alcohol, and then I compared my physical abilities and the perception of intoxication again. So to evaluate the physical abilities, I played billiards because I thought it was the best way to test. I'm serious. I thought it was the best way to test the coordination between the brain and the body. If you have the experience. If you're drunk, you can't do that. Yeah. So before I drank, for some of you who might not know about billiards, the rule is to hit both the red balls with the white ball without the white ball touching the yellow ball. So before drinking, I was able to perform some hard shots.
Oh. I think it's okay.
So I scored 120 in AQs without backing. So, however, and then I went to the MT with our classmates, and I was forced to drink a whole bottle of soju because I was among the few people who was in a relationship. So I opened the bottle. Yeah. So yeah, this is very interesting. The fourth grader who was sitting next to me at the time quoted that I can observe the alcohol going to his head in real time. So after drinking a little bit of alcohol, yeah, I was still able to do some like really easy shots, but I wasn't able to calculate more than 2 cushions. Like, yeah, a little bit of mistake. And so after all, I scored 60 in AQs, which is about half the scores I scored before drinking. And I went back to the MT and I played liquor games with my friends. And you can see how tired and drunk I am. So I just happened to empty the second bottle of soju. And after that, 잠깐만. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know why, but I felt being like back on track and sober. Like I really don't know why, but I just feel like being sober. So I just bought some fireworks and played with it on my way to the billiards. Yeah, and then I tried again, but like my eyeballs are not really working, so I really had trouble like just to hit the yellow ball with my cue. And as you can see, like I didn't. Like, it really doesn't work that way. So I scored 20 in 10 cues, which is like the lowest score a human being can score. So for conclusion, I can tell you that I was much more drunk than I have thought. So, okay. So in order not to underestimate how drunk you are, and to avoid getting into troubles like these, you need to always determine how drunk you are. So I'm going to tell you some of my ways to know how drunk I am. So I try typing A to Z with my phone and count the number of typos I have made. So in this way, if I made too many typos, then I'm drunk. And also, I count my pulse. So if my pulse beats more than 14 times in 10 seconds, it means that I'm drunk as hell. And also, last but not least, I always try to remember my drinking capacity and not to exceed the limit. And these ways work fine with me, and I'm sure it's going to work with you. And keep in your mind that... Okay, technical difficulties. So keep in mind you are always more drunk than you think. So let's now move on to discussion points. But since the PowerPoint is not working, I'll be really grateful if you can look at my agenda. Why does always this happen on my turn? Okay, so I have thought about 3 discussion points, and if you have any opinion or points to talk about these topics, feel free to just raise your hand or speak out.
Determine how I'm drunk with by counting how much cups I drank. If I forget that, I'm drunk. and that's the first test. And the second test is just stand up. And if I could no stagger at all, then if I stagger a little bit, then I'm seriously drunk that I shouldn't drink at all at that moment.
Okay, that is really new to me. Yes.
I'd like to answer your question number 3 because I'm not really good at drinking alcohol. I'm really, really bad. So I usually don't drink. So usually people don't give me alcohol because